with your CIGTV News Update. I'm Donna Bush. Glad you could join us again today. The Cayman Islands branch of the Commonwealth Parliamentary is hosting the 43rd Annual Regional Conference of the Caribbean, the Americas, and the Atlantic region. Delegates started arriving from last Friday to attend the week-long Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Conference this week right here in Grand Cayman. Some 75 delegates are here from approximately 20 countries, mainly from the region, as well as other Commonwealth countries.
I hope the association will also be able to play an important role in helping us as we navigate the very difficult waters we are currently sailing as overseas territories which are not sovereign nations, where very recently the United Kingdom Parliament, in what it was an incredible case of constitutional overreach and breach of long-standing constitutional conventions, have legislated for the overseas territories with respect to their domestic affairs, not international conventions, but domestic affairs, interfering in the legislation of the territories, passing legislation which has the potential to undermine the decades of work done in the territories to build their financial services industries. These issues are critical. These are the sort of issues that can bring small developing states, such as the overseas territories, to their knees, make them, again, supplicant nations. It is important, in my view, that the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association look closely at these instances because they go against all of the established principles of self-determination of the territories. They undermine delegated legislative authority and autonomy which has been conferred upon the territories by virtue of their constitution orders. And we have a situation where, with no representation in the UK Parliament, the UK Parliament is legislating against the interests of the territories. These are very grave matters which we are challenging and dealing with. But I do believe these are important issues also and ought to concern the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. I hope, if not in the context of this conference, elsewhere, this will become an issue on the agenda of the association.
Also happening this week during the conference are the annual general meeting of the CAA, the 11th Regional Conference of the Commonwealth Women Parliamentarians, and the 14th Annual Regional Youth Parliament. In other news, last week, a highly realistic and successful emergency preparedness exercise took place at the Charles Colonel International Airport, located on Cayman Brac. A press release explains that the lifelike scenario played out in the simulation involved a rapidly unfolding terrorist situation involving two vicious thugs, the hijacking of a small commercial flight, shootouts, fatalities, and over a dozen persons taken as hostages. Participants included Cayman Islands Airport Authority personnel, such as all security staff, the fire service, RCIPS officers, customs and immigration personnel, Cayman Airways ground staff, government medical personnel from Faith Hospital, the Cayman Brac Red Cross, National Cadet Corps, and volunteers, as well as observers from the Civil Aviation Authority from right here on Grand Cayman. Mr. Andrew McLaughlin, head of CIAA Safety, said, "I'm very pleased at the wholehearted approach taken by the Brac personnel and volunteers who contributed to the overall success of the exercise." The exercise on Grand Cayman is expected to happen this week. Finally, on Saturday evening, the 7 Miss Cayman Islands Universe contestants attended an etiquette dinner. Sponsored by the Lobster Pot restaurant, the young women learned all the steps to proper fine dining etiquette. Instructor Cheryl Ebanks Miller gave them the tips to doing it right during the 3-course meal.
The etiquette dinner is actually part of the grooming and training that we have on board for the contestants, and it basically teaches them how to interact in a social setting, how to eat properly and speak properly whilst having a meal. And so it's great for them. We've been doing this every year, and again, special thanks to the Lobster Pot.
Now, the contestants were joined by various committee members. The Miss Cayman Islands Universe pageant takes place on Saturday, August 11th. It's all happening at the Westin Resort. Finally, for a look at our weekly schedule of shows here on CIG Television, you can go online to gis.gov.ky and click on the publications icon that's located at the homepage. And if you missed today's news update, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. With your CIGTV news update, I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us. Hoping you'll do the same again tomorrow. Until then, have a safe and wonderful night. Bye-bye for now.